I was born in Shelbyville, Kentucky, because that's where the hospital was, but my mother and father lived in Bloomfield, which is Nelson County. It was right after the Depression, and we had as much as anybody did. They also taught me to give back. We went to church every week, once or twice a week, most of the time. And whatever you had, you knew was a gift, and you gave back with what you could. It was a time when neighbor helped neighbor, and everyone knew each other, and you know, you knew your teachers, you knew everybody in your classroom, and everybody supported one another. And you know, you can't go back, and you don't want to, but it was a different life, and I wouldn't trade it. I went and majored in education, which was sort of a natural, but I found that I was very interested in bookkeeping, accounting, business, that kind of thing. So I did a concentration in business when I was there. I think I've always wanted to make things line up and get it right and have a balanced account with things, and women weren't supposed to be doing that kind of thing. We were only supposed to be teachers or homemakers or something like that. And I had one teacher that didn't want girls in his class and made it pretty obvious. There were 3 girls in the class, we all got C's.
Don and Myra met on the University of Kentucky campus at the Baptist Student Union building.
We just sort of drifted along and decided we were going to get married.
And that was the beginning of a 62-year marriage partnership. 62 years.
It was just a way for us to get started. He was able to establish some credit, and he decided to build on his own. We had a couple that were friends of ours that he built a house for. That was the first one on the corner of Heather Way and Lowry Lane. I go by that house still today. Don wanted to build an affordable house that the policemen and firemen could live in because they had to live, the city people had to live in the city of Lexington. It just sort of grew from there. The building business has meant a lot to us. It's been a good business for both of us and our families. It's a little different today, and our children have taken all of that and done a lot with it, and we're quite proud of where we are.
My grandmother has been so passionate about education, and I think that goes back to her upbringing and her time as a teacher and recognizing how important education is as a foundation. She's an incredible inspiration to women. Not only has she held all of these positions that no woman has ever held before, but she also is a champion of women.
She was the first female to chair the UK Board of Trustees, and she did an impeccable job.
It took about 3 years before she was elected as the chairman of the board. It's quite an accomplishment for a woman to be chairman. The school has just celebrated its 150th anniversary recently, and of 150 years they've had one woman sit in that chair, and she was excellent. She knew the finance area, she certainly knew the construction area, and during her time on the board is when we started building the hospital.
She immediately made an impact.
They have given so much to so many organizations, and their farm has been the venue for probably more fundraising events than any place else.
You know, I think that my grandparents see the farm as a place that they can really share with others, and especially organizations that are doing good. And so being able to open it up at no cost to those organizations to have fundraisers and bring people together and inspire community, I think is kind of the greatest gift of the farm. And I think that they do that because they really believe in giving back and using the resources that they have to make a difference.
I don't know there's anyone who would, in my business, who would say that they ever asked the Donamire team for assistance and didn't receive it. Most times, you receive more than what you asked for.
You know, I was raised in a small town, and I thank the Lord every day for the parents I had and what they meant to me when I was growing up. And I don't think I ever feel like that I do enough to give back for what I've been given. And I really appreciate everything that's happened to me, just like I appreciate this award so very much. But my philosophy probably is the one thing that I think about most is trust. And I think you have to have trust in your leaders, and leaders have to inspire trust. So I want to just leave that message that that's a big thing as far as I'm concerned. And I thank you very much again.